Turn my headphones up.
Turn my headphones up.
There's no snare in my headphones.
Turn them shit.
Do Costinha na mesa, sentiu-se aqui em Lisboa.
Posse de bola para Portugal, vai Éder, chuta, chutou!
All right, welcome to the Portugal Corner. Let's talk about soccer. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hi, what's up?
Guys ready to talk about soccer?
Yep. Yeah, we just
I'm
had our
more ready in my life.
delicious Portuguese
Perfect.
chicken meal.
Yes.
I'm fed.
The best Portuguese chicken?
Some of the best, yeah.
The best.
That's what they say.
Alrighty. Amendments and notes. We have all the Lille players. And the the 5 Portuguese players at Lille. It's Renato, Font, Zica, Thiago Diallo. And then in the reserves there's Edson João de Celta, which is probably why we've never heard of him.
Nice of them to mention him.
Yes, he gets a little shout out.
We also have the amendment of one of our listeners, Neil, said there are 5 Portuguese League winners. Last week we mentioned that we just said in passing, like I think only 4 teams have pretty much won it, but we were joking.
We know there's 5.
We were joking.
Sorry, Neil.
Other than that,
But thank you for the correction. And
And we thank you for your service.
and then also I would like to apologize. I was listening to the episode back last week, and I got this they told me to be really up on the mic because my levels are always so bad. But I have this Tony Soprano heavy breathing thing. You can hear my
The Joey Diaz.
my nasally breathing in the back of everything. It's very annoying. So I'm gonna try and be
stuffed up.
like
I'm
you're
gonna-
Rick
I'm gonna-
Rouse.
I'm gonna try and I have a deviated septum. I'm gonna try and be off the mic
So
a
you're
little more.
apologizing to us on the podcast.
That's right. No, to the listener.
For the people.
This is for the people at home.
This is the airing of grievances.
That's
right. It's an amendment.
This is like confession. We gotta do confession before we
If you
start.
want.
All right.
I have a confession. I've been touching myself during all these podcasts.
Oh, that's why you wanted that. That's why you wanted the blanket.
I have been, but when I listen back to them, when I'm listening to my own voice.
Okay, we had Champions League today, and we had Europa League last week, which Bruno Fernandes crushed it. He came back, he scored 2 goals, and he got an assist.
Yeah. Goal, assist, penalty.
Yeah. United against Roma, they beat them 6-2.
It's like he got the cycle, like in baseball. You know, you do one of everything. Get the. Is there a cycle for soccer?
Yeah, the Gordie Howe hat trick.
The Gordie hat. Well, it's called the perfect hat trick.
Header,
Left foot, right foot.
left, right.
Yeah.
I'm
score a
just
goal.
kidding.
Guys, okay.
I thought we were trying to
fine.
be lighter.
No, I
on
got
here.
it. I got it. It just wasn't funny.
And then today, Ruben Diaz locks it down for Manchester City. They beat PSG 4-1 on aggregate, 2-0 today, and he got man of the match.
Oh yeah, it was a bit of a madness game. One's Di Maria, those I would say those PSG players, a bunch of babies.
Yeah,
Because
they- losers.
they
Yeah,
seemed like
once
it.
they
didn't have their little Mbappe on the field.
and also ran off the park, kind of couldn't do what they wanted to do, and then they just got so frustrated. They were sliding. They were just being really not rough in terms of using their body, just bad tackles, sliding people, stepping on people.
Yeah.
Danilo should have got red carded too with that. He did a scissor tackle. It was a
What is
mess.
Pochettino telling these guys?
Lots of babies.
I don't know. Yeah, and the coaches were just sitting back. Pochettino wasn't hey, everyone calm down, chill out. He was just let him go. I
It's
don't know.
hit him harder.
Yeah.
I think Pochettino was a bit of a rough player. I don't know.
Throwing bows out there.
Okay. What else happened in Champions League? Tomorrow is Chelsea and Real Madrid, and they're tied 1-1, so that'll be exciting.
I'd like to see City Madrid. I don't want to see City Chelsea. That's just too
Nah.
Premier League.
I don't want to see an all-English final, but would rather see Chelsea.
Just admit you're a Chelsea fan.
I am a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, tell them.
He
Don't be
admitted
shy
that.
about
I
it.
Yeah.
love Chelsea.
I feel like you've been secretly hiding it this whole time.
No. I've come out as pro-Chelsea many times.
You've come out of the closet as Chelsea.
You're pro
I'm
Chelsea.
pro-Chelsea. I've said I'm pro-blue team. I'm Porto, I'm Chelsea, and I'm
Yeah, he's a
Inter.
blue man group.
I'm in the blue man group.
Chelsea has something to be proud of. They pretty much stopped the Super League, which is very nice of them to do. Thank you for your
Yes.
service.
It wasn't just that.
I thought
Let's
City,
not give them all the
I thought
credit.
City was the one that started it.
Their fans are the ones who said we're not playing unless or we're stopping the bus.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then this week they took it a step further. So this weekend, Manchester United fans, they rushed Old Trafford and delayed and eventually had the game canceled of United versus Liverpool.
Yeah, I had nothing to do that day. I was really excited for that game.
Well, fans thought otherwise. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was like just following like a live news story that I cared about that was exciting. And it was like, what's going to happen next? Yeah, they just took over the field and they pretty much demanded that they get rid of the American owners, the Glazers, who also own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Or this is gonna happen every week.
Maybe. I think for this week is just like this is like one of the biggest games, if not the biggest game historically of the Premier League. So it's like this is the week that we're like, fuck you. This is the fuck you week.
It's the biggest statement.
But if you want to get them out, you do it every week. You cost them money after money after money. You say you're not playing anymore. I mean, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I love it.
But this is one
Personally,
of
I
the weeks,
love it.
This is one of the weeks that has like such an insane viewership that it's like it definitely hurts.
Well, it
them.
also coincidentally happened to be the first home game, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. And it was the weekend that everyone's like, guys, let's have a social media blackout. No one share or report anything. And yeah, they decided it was clever. It's kind of clever.
It will be interesting to see if the Glazers like up their like kind of like security. Say like we're not gonna allow that to happen again.
They said they
If
don't give a
they
fuck.
arm
They're not
up-
selling. They said this doesn't change anything.
Well, let's say if you don't sell, and then where it comes down to is like money wise, if you make the club so toxic, so bad that no one wants to touch it, then the sponsorships drop out. And then once that happens, that's when kind of like the ball starts rolling of like now you're not as profitable. And then once you're not as profitable, then they're not making as much money, and then those kind of
See,
things
but then
happen.
you're like eroding your own team.
I think you have to. If you're that committed as a fan, I would rather see them. If this is me talking, like, if this is my club, I'm like, let's drop them down to the bottom. We don't care. Like, drop them down right down to the bottom league, and we'll bring them back up after, and that'll be fun in its own way. You know what I mean?
Why don't you come out of the closet? You're a United fan, aren't you?
I'm not no. I'm a fan of football. I'm a pro like power to the people kind of person. So I think if like don't let these billionaires fuck up your club or take it hostage or use it as their own bank. Like get out of here.
The people have the power.
Yes.
I saw United fans saying like, "Oh, our Florida United fans have to stop the Tampa Bay games from being played." Like, that's not gonna happen.
No.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they start tailgating. They're like, you know what, guys? I just want to watch some
This is
football.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
That might be a little too far. But I think what you do have to do if you're in England is the NFL's trying to come to England. You gotta say like that ain't happening. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like we're not watching any of the games. We're not gonna let anyone else watch the games, and we're not gonna like if you want to come here and fuck up our thing, like So
Yeah. Don't let those games happen either.
yeah,
Yeah, screw that. Yeah, so I didn't know this, but they had the their like green and gold from their classic jerseys. That's their like kind of fuck you to the Glazers that people have been wearing and bringing to games since they took over.
but they've been against them for a while.
Oh,
This
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
just the Super League. Super League is kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back of like this. Like we can't continue with this. But for a while they've hated them, even the Fergie years and stuff.
So that was pretty nuts. See if that continues. We'll see if this Liverpool game ever gets played. Do you think they should just give them the win, or like? Because
Give
a lot
who
of
the
people,
win?
a lot of people,
Liverpool?
Yeah, you'd
they're
have to
the
give Liverpool
They're the
the win, right?
visiting. They couldn't play the game because
Nah, I want to earn it.
so maybe they miss Europe then. Who knows?
As a fan, though, would you guys agree? Do you guys agree that like sometimes you have to take down your club to like make it better or make it,
Yeah, if their ownership is that bad,
Yeah,
you
it's
gotta
like
do whatever it
it's
takes
like
to
the
get them out.
Leafs. It's
Yeah.
like when people were like, "Hey, let's all stop buying Leaf tickets because they suck." And then
Yeah.
they eventually were like, "Hey, let's get serious and like get a real coach and bring in actual players and have a plan."
Well, because they sold out no matter what. Like
Yeah.
no matter what team they put on the ice, they sold out the stadium. And it didn't matter, and a bunch of people didn't care until they got like Shanahan in there and stuff, right? But
And they play their 82 games every year. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always a full stadium.
42 of them are sold, or 41 of them
Oh,
are
yeah.
sold out, right? And it's like, yeah. Sometimes you have to see your team
Team
fail.
fall apart.
You gotta throw Eggo waffles onto the field.
That's right.
That's how you get it all started.
Lego my ego. Alrighty, Liga NOS this week. What happened? Maritimo beats Braga, Benfica beats Tondela, Porto beats Famalicão, and Sporting beats Nacional. Sporting still in first place, still undefeated, 76 points. Porto behind him with 70, Benfica with 66, Braga with 58.
The battle at the bottom is great. This isn't my original idea because I saw it on Twitter, but someone said that adding of the third relegation spot that's like a playoff has really like intensified or made the bottom more interesting. Because usually it'd be like there's two teams who suck, the third team is usually safe and they're fine, and then the rest of the teams above that are also safe.
Yeah.
Because of adding that third spot, it's a big fight, and it's like it makes the league way more exciting all the way throughout.
Love that dogfight at the bottom of the table.
That third last place game will be crazy too. I'll watch that.
So, notes for this week on Benfica. So after Benfica won, they won 2-0. Pretty simple game. I thought they might have lose before the Porto game, but it was
Goals
pretty
from
simple.
Pizzi and Everton.
Yeah, and then it was in Tondela, and then right after the Tondela game, the game ended, and they played on the big stadium speaker, Billy Talent, Red Flag.
What?
Oh,
It's big over there.
Shout out,
Isn't
Mr.
that
Billy
weird?
Talent's big in Portugal.
I guess so.
Tondela specifically.
Good for them.
That'd be it's such a random, song or.
That is,
Well,
yeah.
Billy Talent's a worldwide band.
Yeah.
They had their moment. Billy Talent won.
Billy Talent 2 was like on my CD player, almost like scratched up how much I played that thing.
Yeah.
I think one was better.
Good Streetsville boys. I like one better as well.
In Porto game, Tony Martinez scored, as well as Taremi on the spot, and then Grujic. In the Sporting game, Fadal scored a late header, and Giovanni scored a penalty in extra time.
Giovanni.
Oh,
So this Thursday, Porto play Benfica. If it's a tie, does that seal it for? Maybe not seal it, but that's like a walk in the park.
if Sporting gets back up to 8-point lead, I think
Yeah.
that's they're feeling pretty safe about that. If they get 79 and Porto has 71, Benfica needs to get up to 69 and Porto. It's gonna be a good game.
Man, so
I just hope
Benfica's end of
Grujic doesn't play. Like, I'm worried about this guy.
This guy is a
Sucks.
killer.
He's
straight,
a killer, man.
straight from Liverpool.
And then, so this week was the Mother's Day in Portugal.
Yes.
And
Oh,
Sport TV
man.
posted some kind of weird,
Why would they do this?
some kind of weird note that Pepe said in a quote, "I slept with my mom until I was 17 years old." What the
I
fuck?
don't know, man.
Pepe?
Yeah, just to show how much he loved his mom.
That's where he gets all his confidence from at the back.
That's why he's a tough guy.
When did he say this?
I don't
Like old
know,
quote,
but
maybe?
it has it
Yeah.
in quotes.
I think-
I think it was just like an exaggeration
Yeah.
on his part, like,
But, like,
and
Sport
and
TV
Sport TV's like, let's take this out of context.
Yeah, let's share this.
All these people are telling him backstage, like, dude, you slept with your mom since 17? And then he has to get angry and defend himself.
He
And he's
admitted.
he's just mad at everybody. That's where he gets his good defending from.
Isn't there another story where he said like, "Oh, I went to Portugal and I didn't have any money by myself when I was however many years old, and some guy in an airport bought me a donut or coffee, and I love Portugal since then." It's like,
He moved on to bigger and better things.
gotcha.
Okay, guys. Sporting moves towards another historic title. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I want to talk about the history of Sporting.
Yeah.
So
Let's do it.
the club was started in 1902 by Horta Gavazzo and Francisco de Pont. And I think it was like lasted a year, and then it folded. And then 2 years later, they started it back up with Jose Alvalade. I think he was rich. I think he brought the money and kind of made it stick. So it's still Sport Club Belage. And I think it's just like a fancy club for people to go and play tennis and fencing and have little picnics and stuff.
Fancy boy sports?
Fancy boy sports.
So this is the rich man's club
Yeah.
sport team.
Oh.
Huh.
And then, well, I think it's like they did it and they started a soccer team, and then that was part of it. And then eventually, all the people in the club were just like, let's just have picnics. I don't want to have any more sports.
No more
And then-
sports. Drop the lawn bowling. Drop the sailing.
Yeah.
Picnics and soccer. That's it.
No, I don't even think they
No,
want
drop
soccer.
into soccer. They don't want
Drop-
soccer.
they
They just
want-
want to have
They
picnics.
just want picnics and social
Social
parties.
A social
gatherings.
club. This is
Yeah.
a social club.
Cool.
These all started as clubs, right?
Yeah.
Like exclusive.
Well, this is like us getting together, drinking, and doing a podcast.
Uh-huh.
And
And we could
we'll
start
be
a
a soccer team in no time, guys. Jose Alvalade and Jose Gavazzo using the Viscount Alvalade, which is, I think he's like a count, you know, and they have like counts and barons.
yeah.
So the
Like on
Viscount,
Sesame Street.
yeah, I
Like
guess
Count
so.
Chocula?
Like Count Chocula.
1, 2.
I think it was his grandfather, Jose Alvalade's grandfather, to use the money to create Sporting Club de Portugal on July 1st, 1906. And yeah, then they had their team officially. They got the lion from the family crest of some politician named Fernando de Castelo Branco, Mr. White Castle.
Yeah, that's true.
They asked to use his coat of arms, and he said, yes, you can use it as long as you change the color from blue to anything else. And then they went with green.
Bad choice.
Guy doesn't like blue, man.
So Jose Alvalade, he died in 1918. He was 33.
That sucks.
Yeah. The pneumonia got him. The pandemic.
Damn. He was anti-vax, this guy.
Yeah.
Definitely anti-vax.
And anti-mask.
I ain't wearing a goddamn mask.
He was going around.
I like things that aren't blue and no mask.
So then league play, like I think organized playing starts in like the 30s. Porto win the first one, and then Benfica take 3 in a row. Porto take up 2 more, and then Sporting eventually get their first win in 1940 under the coach Josef Szabo, who's Hungarian. And then they dominated for quite a few years. They picked up 13 championships. They were led by the legends known as the Five Violins. Fernando Peroteo scored 332 goals in 197 games.
That's insane.
That's what Wikipedia says.
Holy shit.
He says they have a club record of 543 goals, and unofficially, apparently, he has 635.
Love those
Wait,
unofficial
unofficially?
goals.
He has
scored.
double unofficially?
He was counting. The ones he
He
counted.
counted them.
Why wouldn't he just make it 1,000 then?
Hey, that's what Romario
Make
did.
it even.
Yeah.
Oh, and then this is their stadium, Stade Jose Alvalade. So it used to just be a little flat, boring thing. And then they got upgraded. They got a nice little dome. I think that was it at like their peak. And then it's literally like next door to the new one.
What do they do with the old one now?
It's probably flat. It's probably the
Tore it down.
probably the
Yeah,
parking
I
lot.
I don't think it's there anymore.
Yeah, and that's the new one. I don't know, man. Those 2004 stadiums they made for the Euro, some of them are not very attractive.
Which one?
I like the way they look.
The Aveiro one?
The Aveiro.
It looks like a bunch of garbage put together.
We'll go through those. We should do that one day. Is go through those 2004 stadiums. But I like the new Alvalade. I like the Luge. But we were just me and Patrick were just watching this Rui Costa special on YouTube. It was like this long interview with him, and doesn't Rui Costa say there's something magical about that first stadium, that the old Luge.
Well,
right?
yeah, it held like 120,000, right?
Yeah, just
It
like
was humongous.
whoa.
Just went on forever.
That's like Wembley.
Really?
Yeah, but it was the exact same design as that Alvalade, where it's just like a big open dome that it
Yeah.
increasingly goes out and out and out, right? So
Is that why the Portugal stadium that they play in is like that?
could be
Yeah, it looks like that, yeah.
fits more people, but I mean there must be a big difference between being in a stadium with 100,000 people around you compared to
Oh, yeah.
60. I think is the 60 something.
Yeah,
is the
60
max
is
for the Luge.
The average.
Hey, we could look it up, but we're not
Just
going to.
Just stay
Oh,
big.
Neil will
Yeah,
tell us.
I went to the Allianz for a Bayern game, and when I got there, it was like 70,000 people, and they're all chanting at the same time. I'm like,
They all know
Scary.
all the lyrics to all the songs.
this is terrifying. It's terrifying.
I bet.
In the
They're
best
all
way.
Germans,
Yeah.
too. Wow.
70,000 Germans yelling at you? No, thank
yeah.
you.
yeah.
No, thank you.
So Sporting have had some major slumps. They won in 74, which is kind of like the end of an era for them of their winning times. They picked up 2 wins in 80 and 82, and then they went on an 18-year slump until 99 and 02, and they're kind of at it again. It's kind of history just repeating
at it
itself.
again.
So they're at like 19 or 18 years right now.
Did we not say in a former episode, time is a flat circle, and we're all just repeating the same things over and over
Yes.
again? 18 years?
So it's about time. So overall, they picked up 18 titles, 17 Taças, 3 Taça de Ligas, 8 Super Taças, 4 Campeonatos, which is the championship before the league started, and then 1 European Cup Winners' Cup in 63-64.
See, I didn't know it was the rich man's club, because I always thought, like, the Benfica was the club of the dictator, right?
Well, I
But he
think-
probably picked that because it's like more the working class club.
Maybe. That
We'll have
makes
to
more
when we do our
sense.
deep dives on Benfica.
Yeah.
We'll have to see that. But this is very posh. Oh, we're not even we don't even want to play soccer anymore. Let's just go to the
want-
park.
We want picnics.
Yeah, let's only focus on tennis and sailboating.
Yeah, that is the history of the sport thing. We got some great guys coming up from there.
Who's that fucking guy with the massive unibrow?
That's Fernando Peroto.
That's what he looked like. He had a giant unibrow.
Yeah, he scored all of his 632 goals.
That
he
man was the
played.
most handsome man in 1934.
Definitely. He was the leader of the 5 violins, guys.
That guy fucks.
If you were putting together though a team of Portuguese players, like a Euro team, and you can only pick the products from one certain club or whatever to face, I think you would pick Sporting for sure.
For
Yeah,
Portuguese
you got
players,
Ronaldo and
yeah.
Figo.
Yeah,
You got Ronaldo, Figo. You don't really have a striker. Maybe Pochettino.
You got
I
a
don't know.
goalie.
Ronaldo
Or did
plays
he come out of
striker.
Porto?
you got Bruno, you got Nani, João Moutinho.
Yeah.
You got some
Yeah.
good choices.
Classic Portuguese. You got a great midfield and forward.
Defenders.
Who's
not
playing
so much.
defense? Nobody.
None
He
of
had a
them
great unibrow.
Yeah, maybe that unibrow guy.
And then Sporting's also very famous for having like international schools around the world. They got like 50 academies all over the world.
I feel like the most famous thing that happened in Sporting was when they were trying to get Eusebio, and then Benfica snapped him up from them, and they're still mad about that. Like, to this
Oh,
day.
really?
Well, the fortunes of the two clubs completely changed based off Eusebio, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like one team became
Yeah, because if you look at the leaderboards here, yeah, because like Sporting dominated through the 40s and the 50s, and then I don't have the 60s there, but it's pretty much all red. I think Sporting grabbed one championship
yeah.
in the middle 60s.
Yeah, and Eusebio was there probably. I think he was there from like 62 to about 75 or 76 or something. It was 15 years.
So
You know.
Eusebio just played in Benfica for like almost his whole career.
Yeah, so they wouldn't let him leave. A lot of
You're
clubs,
too good.
clubs in like France and Italy, I think, would be willing to pay for him and pay him more money, which of course Eusebio would have wanted, but Salazar didn't want Eusebio to leave Portugal, right?
Which is kind of crazy. Imagine if Ronaldo was never allowed to leave Sporting.
That's some slave master bullshit.
Ooh.
Well, it was a dictatorship, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Mozambique was a part of Portugal, like the way, like Hawaii is part of the states. Like back then, it was just like that's our country. You live there. We own that country. That's
No,
us.
no, but-
it wasn't even a different country. It was also Portugal.
But once he was at Benfica,
No, I know. but
like
I'm
he had
saying-
offers to go, and they
Yeah.
were like, "You're not going anywhere. You keep playing here."
He played for Toronto.
He did. He came
Yeah.
and
Toronto,
Betamar.
Metro Croatia, I think.
Yeah,
And what? Oh, Betamar.
he
Yeah.
also played at Betamar.
I saw a Betamar bar today.
That's crazy. We all have a connection to Eusebio. Is that crazy?
Oh, up north in the
Yeah, off of, I think it was Weston Road.
Betamar
Yeah, up
bar. I think
there.
I've seen that.
there's the
before.
Betamar Churrasqueira.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, we should check out some food from there one day.
Yeah, maybe they'll sponsor us.
Maybe. What up? We're looking for sponsors for anyone that wants to give us free Portuguese chicken and or wine and Superboc.
Let's just switch to a Betamar podcast. We'll talk about that team every week. I don't mind.
Sure.
They're in the third division.
They're coming up. They'll make their way back. So in England, Manchester City is still in first place with 80 points. United behind them with 67 points. They didn't get to play this weekend, so it'd probably be 10 points. Actually, they're playing Liverpool. They might lose.
Yeah, get out of here.
Leicester is still sitting in third. United have to play Leicester this weekend. Chelsea are in fourth. West Ham, Tottenham, Liverpool. And then in 12th place, we have Wolves, who tied West Brom Albion.
I watched that game actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
little Fabio scores a goal.
Rained like a motherfucker.
Ooh,
Little Fabio.
there he is.
Yeah. Just extra slippery for Traore, I guess. You know.
I said he was at the beginning of this podcast. He's the opposite of clinical, and that's a goal you score when you're the opposite of clinical. Kicking the ball off your own foot and it going in somehow,
Yeah.
that's like.
It was an ugly goal.
I
No,
saw
no,
it.
it was a beautiful chip.
I saw it. I was
If
like,
you watch it the first time and you're like, I don't need to see that again.
I don't need
That
to
was
zoom in
beautiful.
and see what actually happened. Yeah, I watched it and I was like, did he mean to do that or was that a complete fuck up?
I mean, definitely that's what he meant to do, was score a goal, put the ball in the net.
I guess so. That's one argument to have.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
He meant to do the end result.
Yeah. It's like, when you're playing pool and you're like 8-ball, that corner pocket, and then
Boom.
you fuck up and it hits off like 6 rails and goes in that corner anyways.
Yeah.
Still what you wanted to do.
You're supposed to call the rails too, aren't
You
you?
called the shot.
Yeah, you're supposed to call the shot. I mean,
No,
how do you
call
play?
you don't
I
call
know.
the rails. You just have to call ball and pocket.
Yeah. I think even in professional pool. you
Yeah,
just
it
call-
doesn't matter.
Okay.
How
I'm talking. I'm
you can
talking.
fluke it
Maybe
into the pocket.
downtown in like little Portugal, in the
City-
bars there, those guys got
VIP?
different
Yeah,
rules.
you gotta call banks. What?
Yeah.
I played games where you can't fluke a shot. Like you have to call it every bounce.
No, there's no. It's not that you're fluking it, but it's like if you mess up the shot. I mean, yeah, I guess it is kind of a fluke, but it's like as long as it gets to where you said it would go, that's all that matters. You don't have to call like the specifics in between.
Depends on the game.
Depends on who you're playing with.
Yeah, I've been in games where you
If
gotta
you're
call
playing,
it.
if you're playing with your dad, yeah, you got to do everything that's perfect.
What
If you're
about
playing on a little Fisher Price table, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But I will say in English Premier League football, you don't have to call the shot. It just has to go in.
Yeah.
Like they don't really
all
care.
That's
all
very
that
true.
matters.
You're not allowed. You're not really supposed to. Yeah.
Mhm.
You can.
Another big game on the weekend. Tottenham beats Sheffield. Yeah, Sheffield is like way bottom of the table, so I
Everyone's
guess
beating
it's
on
not
them.
that surprising. But Ryan Mason got his 15 minutes of fame.
Son had a really good game, and I think one of his goals got disallowed. Ooh, it was a nice finish, and Bale got a nice, sexy hat trick there.
Yeah. So Bale has more goals than Mane right now.
Yeah, Mane has not impressed me this year at all.
I was telling a friend the easiest job in football is following Jose Mourinho because the players hate him so much by that point. They're not even playing for him. You look like a genius no matter what you do because they've lost like 5 in a row or something, and then they're not playing well.
mean,
They're
look
playing
how-
super defensive, and then you just say, "Hey, go out there and just try and score a bunch of goals," and then
Yeah.
they look amazing, and every fan is like, "Why weren't we doing this the whole time?" You win like 10 games in a row like Solskjaer did, you have a job for life. And Ryan Mason, hey, maybe the same.
You guys want to hear a good wine pop?
Pop
Yes.
Yeah, beauty.
That was a good one.
Did the Tottenham players hate Jose?
Have you been fucking paying attention to us? Yeah.
They must have, because
Did you guys watch All or Nothing?
Did
Yeah.
you see all of their
That was the
Instagram
beginning.
comments? They said they loved him and they wished him
Well,
the
yeah,
best.
after he's fired, of course you say you love him.
that's business, yeah. But yeah, you don't want to burn the bridge or whatever, or be like persona non grata, or be known as someone who like causes trouble in the locker rooms.
Sure, Son will sign any day now for Roma.
Oh yeah,
that'd be
you
sick.
can't wait.
No, apparently he's going to Bayern.
Oh, goodbye.
Really?
Good.
Yeah.
Good Bayern.
Good
It's a
Bayern.
good Bayern.
All
yeah.
right.
So should we just transition talking about how we think Mourinho's going to do at Roma? I like the move, meaning
Yes.
that it's a team that doesn't get a lot of hype in
I'm
Serie A.
almost
I
excited.
always had a soft spot for them because they were in Rome. They were not Lazio.
Mhm.
No disrespect, I know Fernando. We should ask Fernando what his take on this everything.
They're
They're
like
the
the
team.
racists of Roma.
They're more Totti, they're Rossi. Like I always loved
They
those.
got
I
good
was really
history.
like those players. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Never did so well in Europe, but
Who do they have now? Like, don't they
Someone's
have, like,
gotta explain
Zeko?
to
They
me-
have Eden Zeko.
someone's got to explain to me these children feeding off a wolf's teat.
So
What is
that's,
that on the symbol?
That's their
Remus and Romulus, and they were two twins born, and they were cast into the wild. And then the she wolf nurtured them to health, and then one of them, Romulus, went on to found Rome.
The she wolf.
Yes, the she wolf.
Oh, very
The
interesting.
story of Rome.
I'm glad you knew everything about that.
Yeah, I went to a fancy university and got a degree all about that.
Yeah, he's a historian.
Big Roman historian.
Yes.
All right,
It's called classical studies.
we love it.
History's interesting, man. Wish I knew more about it.
It's all there. It's on Wikipedia. It's all you can just search Wikipedia.
Yeah,
you can
you-
find everything.
Yeah,
out,
you have
bro.
no excuses.
Nah, it's so much
But
work.
so, what are you guys' thoughts on Mourinho at Roma?
Interesting. They got rid of one Portuguese coach to get a new one. I'm excited to see Roma kind of be interesting again because I feel like they've been boring.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like since De Rossi retired, man, like I don't care who's there.
I looked through their squad and it is
I don't know any of their
bad.
players.
They got that Zani kid, the Zaniolo.
Zaniolo.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's wacky.
It's a
Zaniolo.
zany action, a crazy
Zany
contraption.
The fun is
Yeah.
trapping it. Zaniolo, and they
He's
also
getting
have
injured for the season, I think.
Oh.
they have Mkhitaryan.
Oh yeah. His best days are behind him.
They have Smaldini. They have
Smalling is
who
good.
I'm predicting is going to be
That's
Mourinho's.
Houdini's younger brother.
I thought that was a small Maldini.
It's Chris Smalling.
It's Chris Smalling.
Yeah.
Who I think is going to be his new favorite because he does have connection to a Portuguese club, which
Ah,
Brian
did he probably
Brian Cristante is who I'm going
He
to
played one season out in Benfica.
Yes, and
Ah.
I think that is gonna Mourinho's gonna ride
Didn't
him like
he-
he rode Eric Dyer.
Well, he probably coached Smalling when he was at United too. Did he get rid of him?
I think he did.
That'll
Probably
be
did.
fun.
So Roma's the 7th place. They're the red team in 7th place. They're like Liverpool right now.
Yeah, they've had better days.
They're
but,
the Italian Liverpool.
It'll be interesting who he brings in. Hopefully, some Portuguese players because they got a nice kit. That Nike red. I mean, that looks
We
nice.
can buy that for sure.
And then also,
I like their other crest where it's just the wolf's face in
Mhm.
the circle. I like that crest.
Yeah, that's a good jersey.
then also just like how much money they're gonna have available, and how wealthy their owners are. We'll
Mhm.
look into the ownership.
Now's
but
the
yeah.
time to invest.
Yeah, you know what? They weren't invited into the Super League though.
Which is good.
Which
Which
is
is why
cool.
you can still feel not bad about rooting for them.
That's true. They're the
Not
little
like the other
guys.
Italian teams who still have not backed out of it. We're like,
They're
we would
technically
still
still
do
in
it
it.
if we want
They're
to.
like, is this happening?
Speaking of those teams, Inter is crowned champions of the Serie A since the departure of Mourinho, and the first time there's been different champions since 2011.
Wow.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate those leagues that's the same shit over and over again, like Bayern and
Well, when Ronaldo's playing on one of those teams, they gotta keep doing it.
yeah. It sucks that it's the year Ronaldo's there, but whatever. He's gone years without winning the league.
I mean, they want it, man. They wanted it bad. They would fight anybody, and
Fuck anybody.
they would fuck anybody and their wives.
And their
yeah.
Nice Antonio Conte's winning again. He made an exciting run for Inter.
Oh yeah, you love Antonio Conte.
Not really.
Okay.
When he was at Chelsea, he was super boring. I wasn't a big fan.
Oh, I thought he was like cool. He was like passionate guy.
I don't know.
I
a
think they
little
liked the
bit.
passion, but they didn't like the
They
type
thought-
of ball. So then they switched him for Sarri, and they went way worse off.
dumbest idea ever.
Italian managers were in fashion. Italian managers
always
were
in
in fashion at that
Well,
time.
Chelsea loves Italians. Zola,
Yeah, they got
Di
Zola.
Matteo.
Di Matteo, I think he's Swiss.
Okay. I don't know, is he?
Maybe. Amendments for next week.
He can't be Swiss.
His name is Di Matteo. He
There's a
looks
lot
like
of
a
I-
little old Italian man.
Where'd you get that from?
He's not even that old.
What are your sources?
I remember searching him up. I think he might have
Okay, if
played.
you
He might have
remember.
played for Switzerland internationally.
He was born in Switzerland.
Yes.
Who would he play for?
He played former Italian professional football and current manager. Oh, played for Aston Villa.
He was born in Switzerland.
What international team did he represent?
I think Italy.
Yeah, he did. He played for Italy.
This is why Neil hates us so much.
We don't check the facts.
I mean, I just said it.
I mean, that would be
Everyone was
frustrating. Yeah, to
fact-checking me.
listen to.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Well, let's just talk a little bit about.
You want to talk about the team?
No, not so much.
talk
Actually,
about
I'm trying to think of what I
How
want to talk about.
Juventus have won the Serie A 36 times.
Yes, this is what I want to.
Inter just jumped AC Milan.
Oh, good for them.
They have 19 ACs back there with 18. They're sticking it to them.
Sticking
It's gonna be a race to. It's gonna be a race to see who gets that second star. I'll tell you that.
Oof.
Milan, I'm sure wants it.
I don't think Milan can do it.
Ever? They'll never get two
not
stars.
never, but not anytime soon.
They like their little stars.
Roma only has 3 Scudetto. That's wild. Well, hopefully Mourinho's gonna try and get them their
Even
4th.
Genoa has more than them.
14 runner-up. Whoa. For Roma.
And Bologna. What happened to these teams that just fell apart?
Well, it's good that they have a lot of competition. I mean, like we were just saying, how Portugal only has 5 winners. These guys have
Yeah.
a bunch.
I thought about that too when I was putting this together.
Me and Patrick were actually just looking up because there was a bunch of social media about Torino and Benfica.
Mhm.
So apparently on May 4th, which is today,
May the 4th be with you.
May 4th, yes, and also
And
with
also
you.
with Torino.
Lift up your hearts, we lift them up to the Lord. So Torino came to go play for someone's sort of tribute match to Lisbon, and they went there. And this is when Torino was like super hot. So seals all those 40 years. It was like 48, 49.
Mhm.
Right after that, they flew back to Torino, and it was very foggy, and they crashed into a basilica,
Oh damn!
and the team went down. And then apparently they finished the year with youth players, and then the rest of the Serie A teams that were in competition, I think, also finished the year with their youth players to make it fair, which is a very nice gesture. I
that's
don't know
very
if that would
awesome.
happen.
Solidarity.
But then what do
Yeah.
all the superstars do?
Just
I
go to
don't
the-
know.
They went to the beach. They just
I
hung
guess
out.
so.
Yeah,
It's Italy in the
Contemplate
40s.
their lives.
but then look, they didn't win until 1975-76 again, and they could have been the Juventus. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at those years, right? Because those two teams from the same city, Torino could have just as easily we're talking about Eusebio and Sporting. This is also the same thing of like history or fortunes changing, right? Just a
Yeah.
little like that. You're the unlucky team. Anyways,
Damn, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
little facts for you.
This is a history week.
There we go.
Sorry, bro.
History.
I was trying to get silly, but everything was dropping down, you know,
Everything.
fucking falling.
What is this, the History Channel?
This is History Channel, baby. What do we think of Inter Milan's new jersey?
Disgusting.
I think it's hilarious.
I don't think they'll stick with. I think this is just like a
There's a mock-up.
there's a mock-up jersey, but that's their new crest. I don't know. It feels very Yankees.
Everything we're talking about with like the simplicity. Remember? Didn't we have an episode on this?
Yeah,
Of, like
probably.
the simple crest, the JJ. I'm looking at one right now.
Oh, yeah.
The thing compared to the old crest, which is very ornate. These things just go in cycles. You know what it reminds me of? Actually, remember in the 1990s, everything was still looking very classic, and then around the millennium, the 2000s, all the hockey teams and everything was like, we need
Yeah.
to change everything. We
Wacky.
need to go. Yeah, we-
Zaniolo.
You know what was
Exactly.
the worst was Buffalo. When
Buff-
Buffalo changed to that weird gray head.
I like
know
that
what?
head, actually.
You know
Okay.
what? For like 5 years, I couldn't see it. I thought it was like going to the left.
Oh,
Okay, so
that
Buffalo.
was abstract.
Yeah.
The Buffalo one, Calgary Flames had some really fucked up ones, and then the New York Islanders
Mhm.
had that
It was a fisherman.
the fisherman one,
Mhm.
and they're all so bad. And then once they change it back, like I think just like this last year, permanently the Calgary Flames changed it back to their old one, and you're just like, that is so nice. Why would you ever do anything
I
except
don't
that?
even.
No, we're trying it out.
Here's a.
Oh yeah, they had that stupid flaming horse.
Oh, they had
looking
the
thing.
horse, yeah.
Oh
No,
yes.
they had the horse, but then they also had just like a bunch of shit going on the jersey that made no sense. And it's just like, just make it simple like it always was.
Yeah.
The jersey, yes.
Yeah. So here's some other.
So, anyways, that's what this reminds me of. This sort of moment in soccer where everyone's trying to make it like more simple and more sleek and more whatever. It's like we did this in North American sports like 10 years ago at the Millennium, and everyone changed back. They all reverted back. So yeah,
It's a cycle. So in Italy,
I'll tell you what. If they ever try to pull a shit at Benfica, people will lose their minds. They already don't like it when the
when they even update it,
no, on the new Benfica jerseys, they didn't put all the colors, so they just kind of made it in monochrome. So
Yeah.
red.
Yeah.
I don't like.
They do
I
monochrome a lot
don't
now.
like that either.
But people were ready to lose it on the team. Yeah, not I think actual fans, but a lot of people on Twitter.
Well, you get those people. Maybe they don't buy a jersey that year, and the next year jersey is super popular.
They'll still buy it.
So it
I'll still
doesn't
buy it for sure.
doesn't
yeah.
matter then. So this week in Italy, Adrian Silva scores against Roma as Sampdoria beat them 2-0.
And we just talked about this guy the other day, and then he went and scored. Good for
Yeah.
him.
He's getting his name out there. Also, Ronaldo bags a brace against Udinese to save the day, keeps Juve in the hunt for a Europe spot, and puts his goal numbers up there. Which he's been, I feel like he's been quiet.
He has been quiet. He hasn't been
Yes.
scoring a lot. He
It's hard with
came
such a
back with,
shit team.
Yes.
and especially when you're out of everything and you know you're not challenging for the title. That motivation kind of drops.
Yeah.
And then
He's like,
yeah,
I gotta do this for myself now.
yeah.
But you know what's crazy? He's 2 goals away from Messi this season. He's not that far off.
Yeah, that's believable.
But Messi has just been insane in the last month or two. Messi started the season super slow, and then he's just waking up now. But yeah, they're not that far off. Ronaldo has 34 goals in total. Messi has 36. And in league goals, it's 27-28 for Messi, which he just also scored a brace on the weekend and saved them against Valencia. But yeah,
Juventus has won what did we say, seven straight Scudetto.
since 2011.
So Juventus season ended when Porto beat them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They weren't gonna win the Scudetto this year. They were pretty much dropped off. They have an old team. They got no coach. Ronaldo, every Portuguese person or every Portuguese fan of Ronaldo is hoping he leaves Juve. So,
Yeah.
once Porto eliminated them, it's like they were cooked.
Yeah, we got nothing. But yeah, in the first half of the season, Ronaldo scored 12 goals. Messi did 7. And then since January, Ronaldo has bagged another 15, puts him at 27, and Messi has scored 21.
He's single-handedly carried them back into the race.
Yeah.
How's little Trincao doing? I haven't seen him play a lot.
Nothing.
Trink out. That's what I'm saying.
Oh shit!
Saying
Wow.
Trink out.
You're in the Camp Nou, and you're holding up that sign. Drink out.
Trink out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey man, he's like, I feel like Koeman subs him on because he's got those 5 extra subs. When
Yep.
whenever they're winning, he's like, sure, go run around out there. But like, I don't think he's any part of like a plan for like a better team.
I swear, before when Messi had those games where he was like really going off, I swear Trincao was playing a lot of them. Like they had a bit of dynamic, the two of them.
I don't know.
Not
like
enough,
he's
clearly.
just getting subbed on. It's like they've spent a lot of money. I think they want to see him. They want to give him a chance to develop, but like it's just not clicking.
I feel like when that Dest guy came back, that's when it, like, or when he started playing really well. That's
Yeah,
like when
he's kind of
Trincao
overshadowing.
Yeah,
Dest is a right back, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's still just like a new guy that he's like, look how good this guy's doing. Why can't you be that good?
yeah.
Is Dest good?
Same side of the field.
Dest is great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dest is best, bro.
This is best American, bro.
Americano.
That scoring race not too far off. I think Lewandowski's leading them by like 2 or 3 goals. So in Spain, Barcelona, last week they lost to Granada, which lost them some points, so they weren't able to jump Atletico this week. Atletico beat Elche, Madrid beat Osasuna, and then Barca beat Valencia on Sunday with 3-2 win over Guij and Correa. Messi scores a beautiful free kick. He tied Ronaldo's free kick record this week. 56 free kicks.
Shit.
All right, let's just talk about it.
All
He
forms
also,
of competition.
He also tied the amount of penalties missed because he missed the penalty.
Oh, nice.
It's just weird.
Let's just talk about who's a better. I mean, we've never really done a Ronaldo versus Messi thing. We're obviously pro Ronaldo at this podcast.
I felt like there's no
So
point.
there's no point, and we're
Yeah.
just rehashing old things. But let's talk about specifics. Who's a better? Who do you think's a better free kick taker, Ronaldo or Messi?
I've always said Ronaldo since the early days. I've actually had this talk with Corey,
Mhm.
and I would always say that Ronaldo's better. And he's like, no, man. He's like, I guess Messi's free kicks are accurate, and they're just like little clever, cute little goals. They're never like impressive.
No, this week's was impressive.
Well, it was.
Lately, he's
He
been
hit
doing
a-
some far power ones, but with the spin on them,
Yeah.
which curl into the top corner. So
He hit a dink dink man off the post.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice.
I guess Ronaldo's like his style.
He's
It's
slowed
just
down though.
looks
He hasn't
better,
been
yeah.
scoring. He hasn't been as clutch and as clinical as he used to be. Like when he was in England, like every week, I remember every free kick watching him on United. It was like, this is going in.
Yeah, Ronaldo until about 2011, because he even did some
Yeah.
good. He did some really nice ones on Madrid too. But then the last half of Madrid, it kind of tapered off.
Oh
and
yeah,
I don't know if he just couldn't hit the ball the same way anymore, because he did have that
just
special way of
either
hitting it.
overthinking it or putting too much power.
Kept hitting the wall all the
Or
time.
the walls. Yeah, the
Yeah.
walls kind of tightened
Mhm.
up maybe.
Off the top of your head, favorite Ronaldo free kick.
In my head, I don't know who they're
What
playing
comes to
against.
mind? What comes to
Manu,
mind?
Manu.
The one against Spain, right?
That one was good. My
Yeah.
favorite. I don't know if you guys remember Ronaldo versus Arsenal.
Yeah,
No,
That
yeah.
one was from so far out. Oh my god,
Longy
beauty.
free kicks.
and
that
I think
Longy.
right before the commentator's like, he
Yeah.
can't score from here or something.
He's
the Ronaldo,
surely
the
not
commentator
going to
said-
go for goal.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah.
it goes right in. Weak by Almunia, I think it
Yeah,
is.
Almunia's an
It is.
idiot.
Joker.
I think one of my favorites is just against Sporting. I think it was when he was on Madrid or Manchester, but they got tied up against Sporting in the Champions League group stage. I think it wasn't a knockout; it was a group stage.
Why does he always got to turn it on against Portuguese teams?
Dude,
Yeah.
this is why I'm saying it's rigged. Like, why would his team face Sporting again? Like, you know what I mean? Like, of all the teams he can face. But anyways, so he faces Sporting, and then he pops one in the corner. He does it with the face like it's nothing.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's nothing.
I
for me.
remember. I remember that.
These things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that race is still looking pretty tight. Atletico have 2 points up on Real and Barca as well, 76 to 74 and 74. And then Sevilla lost to Athletic Bilbao, so they're I mean, they could still win in a miracle, but probably not gonna happen.
If you're gonna set up this weekend, which is like one of the last weekends of the year, the matchup you have is insane. How
Yeah.
the hell did this work out?
Atletico's playing
never
Barca on
happens.
Saturday.
Atletico's playing Barca and Real Madrid's playing Sevilla.
Yeah. This weekend's gonna be nuts.
What?
Okay.
Like
So
how does
excited.
1 versus
Strap
3?
in.
Ray
One-
Hudson's working overtime, baby.
1 versus 3 and 2 versus 4. That's wild.
Yeah, even Germany's looking like that too. Because I think Bayern is playing Borussia Mönchengladbach, who is a good team. Dortmund's playing Leipzig, and then Frankfurt's playing Mainz, which
Well, not as
hope-
good, but
Not as good.
I just want to say quickly about going back to La Liga. So this week, I think the game is coming up on Saturday or Sunday. I think it's Saturday. So they had training on Monday, and then the next day they had off. So the day they had training, after they went to Messi's house,
Ooh,
which was
Messi
very
had a
nice-
party.
and Messi had a very nice party with the team.
And they
kinda
all got
build-
Messi.
Build some camaraderie. And Messi's not a guy to do that, really. I don't think since like
He's not a host.
I don't think he's much of a
He's
host.
quiet.
Yeah, he seems a little quiet.
He used to be good friends with Suarez. Suarez would have the parties.
Yes, like I feel like he was
A Suarez soiree.
when it was him, when it was Xavi, Iniesta, Piqué, Suarez, Neymar, right?
That was game over.
That was like we're all friends and we like hanging out with each other and we're partying. Now he's got all these new guys. I don't think he's had them over yet, and he like doesn't want to like really mingle with them.
Yeah.
So maybe this is him saying like, okay, we have to do it like we did back in the old days. We gotta all be friends and we all gotta fucking party together and we gotta win together.
And
You know
this
what I
is
mean?
how we win the league in the
I-
last fucking 2 weeks.
I think, yeah, I feel like it was PK pushing it, being like, "Come on, I bring Shakira, we bring the wives, let's go party, man! I'm a big party guy." Oh, I'm turning into
Party,
German.
turn
Sorry,
into
that was
German.
German.
It's party.
No, I always do a German party guy, like a like
Party
a Steve
man.
Martin. Do a PK party guy.
Yeah, I like to party, you know. just,
He had a couple years in
hang out.
Manchester. Got some-
Yeah,
he knows English, sure.
Yeah.
no, yeah. So I think I'm feeling like they're feeling themselves right
Yeah,
now, Barca.
But they also kind of got in trouble COVID wise for that. They were like, "Well, I guess having a party."
Did they?
That came up in the news, but also they
Yeah,
train
it's-
together every day. They
Yeah,
they
yeah, that's
shower
true.
together. I'm sure they're fine.
They're in a bubble.
Yeah.
I bet this
Aren't
party
they
was
vaxxed
so
by
lame.
now?
Probably.
It's all yeah. So
Maybe.
it was wives and girlfriends, and then and the
I
teammates.
bet they all ran off and played FIFA together.
You think that's what they do at their
and all the
parties?
wives are like, "What are these losers doing?"
Messi's not a fun party guy. Like he's not as fun as Maradona. I bet there was no cocaine there.
They
Yeah.
just
Oh,
like
I
to,
know.
they just like to get those little metal cups with the straws. You ever seen
Yeah, they do
those?
that
Those
thing.
weird little
It's
teas.
South American.
Yeah.
Let's go have some tapas.
Okay. Liga what? Liga
Ugh.
PSG
No,
beat
no.
Lens 2-1. Lille beat Nice 2-0. Lyon beat Monaco 3-2. Lille still in the lead with 76 points. PSG right behind them with 75. Monaco 71 in third, and Lyon in fourth with 70. Lille still making that push. I don't know how PSG is going to respond after losing in the Champions League.
Hope they stay butthurt. That's what I hope.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I think yeah, that's what.
You can do it.
Maybe they will be like that, where they're just like, now we have nothing else to focus on. Let's go hard on the league.
Yeah.
But there's only 3 games left. I can only imagine there'd be at most 3. Lille just
Yeah.
has to win their games, you know.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Lille. In Germany, nothing happened this weekend. Oh, there was that. I think they had their cup final, and Dortmund won against, I don't remember, but that one guy broke his leg really bad. Did you see that? He was like
No.
running, and he went, and his knee like inverted the other way. He just landed on it
It's
weird.
crazy. Who was
Yeah.
that?
I don't remember. I think he was Spanish.
Oh.
But yeah, he's gonna be out for a couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
He took a nice little picture with a leg brace on. He
What
was
kind
in-
of doctors they have in Germany in a couple of weeks? You broke your leg. You'll be out for a couple of
the
weeks.
best doctors.
The best. They got Mengele, bro.
Other Portuguese news. Nani scores again. This guy can't stop. Portugal or one of the Sean Gillen or someone, they tweeted, they're like, is Nani now in contention for a Euro spot? No, absolutely not. What do you guys think?
I think it's a really nice goal. Like, he's just, like, toying with the MLS defenders. Like, it's nothing to him.
Because they're MLS defenders.
I know, and he makes them look like they are, too, which is great.
Well, in the words of Ibrahimovic, he's a Ferrari and all these people are Fiats around him.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other news. Shout out Kyle Larin. He scored 4 goals as Besiktas beats Hatayspor 7-0.
And
But
he came to Besiktas.
yes. Any more?
Wow, that's what I had to say. Jeez.
Yeah. We got some.
We
What
don't
do you
have
want me to
Bes-
say
we
about
don't-
Kyle Larin?
We don't have Besiktas
He's
over
Canadian.
here.
Just
He
doing a little
went to
shout-out.
Besiktas.
We got Kyle Larin and Atiba Hutchison, Besiktas legend. Atiba Hutchison.
Well, also Quaresma's a Besiktas legend.
I think Atiba
and you
Hutchison.
should all be very proud of that.
We are. Shout out to Kyle Larin. Apparently, Bruma's been doing well in Greece. He scored a couple goals in the last couple weeks. And Thomas Esteves at Reading has been scoring. He's a defender. I think he's on loan from Porto, or Porto sold him.
He's a wingback, right?
The wingback? Oh, well.
You don't
nice.
even know what position he plays.
It's too many people. It's
Yeah,
too many
that's true.
people. What are you gonna do?
He's in the championship, right?
Exactly. No one watches that. Okay, Juan Wonder.
Ooh.
What are we thinking, boys? What are we thinking?
Ronaldo?
For me, it's Ronaldo did good. For me, it's a toss up
Bruno?
between Bruno and Ruben.
No, Ruben. Oh,
I gotta go with Cristiano Ronaldo. The main man. 2 goals for his own team to win them the game, essentially. I mean, he hasn't been doing well lately, but
Lately, he's come on.
Lately, he's been coming.
he's been coming to the field. Yeah, I can buy that. I think I'll say Ronaldo. It's been a while. He hasn't won one since we started this. He won the very first week, and we were all like, "Man, this guy's probably gonna win every week." Hasn't won since. So you know what? Fuck it, Ronaldo.
it's good that he proved that he could still do it. Because like coming into the Euro with him slumping for so long, I think everyone was pretty much like, we're only a month out of the Euro, or maybe less, or no, a month and a half or something.
No.
And we're like, this guy's not scoring. He's not even playing well. He's not doing good on Juventus. I mean, I was kind of worried.
I think Juventus isn't doing well.
It's
I think
good.
Ronaldo's doing perfectly fine.
It's good. It's good to know that he still got it.
Yeah.
There's an open invitation to Ronaldo to come here and pick up his trophy for Juan Wonder.
Absolutely.
Yes. I'll have that made at any time.
All right, he's got it.
It's one of these guitars around here.
Maybe that trumpet.
Well, you saw that ad for what was it, Noj or something, where he's a rock star.
Oh yeah.
He might want
He wants a guitar.
He might want a guitar.
Okay, just want to let all our listeners know, follow us at Joao_Wonder on Twitter, on Instagram at the Portugal Corner, as well as on YouTube. Questions and comments, email us at theportugalcorner@gmail.com. Subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. Leave a rating and review. Thank you.
Thank you for listening, everybody.
Yes.
Especially if you made it this far.
Yeah, how the hell did you
Woo,
make it?
we love you.
You probably skipped through it.
That's okay.
I'll put